Hello, BSmart viewers. Welcome back to another engaging episode of Manager's Mantra, where we connect with industry leaders who are shaping the future of business management. Today, we are excited to have Rahul Borude, co founder and CEO of StampMyVisa. Rahul is a serial entrepreneur with deep expertise in fintech and payments. As an early team member of CredPay, he helped build one of India's most innovative digital payment products. With his background in scaling fintech platforms, Rahul now drives StampMyVisa's vision, product, and growth strategy, positioning the company as a technology first infrastructure for global visas. In this session, Rahul shares his insights on visa processing, how the process has evolved over the years from long queues to some clicks, and the different challenges and opportunities in the sector. He also provides valuable career suggestions to the students and talks about the skills needed to land into their dream jobs. So, without further waiting, let's jump right into this insightful discussion. Hi, Rahul. Very good morning and welcome to this new session of Managers Mantra. And we are very, very glad to have you. And I'm sure that our viewers will just love this session. So,
Thanks for having me.
sure. So, Rahul, without keeping you waiting, and let us just start discussing the questions. My first question to you is, what has actually changed in the visa processing over the years? Has there been any significant shift in the students' mindset when it comes to choosing their study abroad destinations? And what led to these changes?
Yes, definitely visa processing has changed a lot. I remember the times where uh, applicant used to stand in queue outside embassies a lot. There was a major disconnect between, embassies and the actual travelers or applicant. So that gap has definitely reduced a lot. Uh, Definitely, some of the countries have managed to, shift from the physical files and photocopies to largely digital and, the internet first experience. Um, but the biggest shift is not just the technology, but also the predictability. The students today uh, have started assessing the countries based on the visa approval transparency, the processing speed, and the post-study pathways. So their mindset has basically become largely ROI driven instead of just chasing the brand name or just chasing the destination. So yeah, this is something the shift I could see.
As you just pointed out that earlier there used to be long queues in front of the embassy, so my next question is exactly pointed to that. From long queues to some clicks, AI has actually eased the visa process. But we would like to know that how sustainable is this AI driven decision assistance in such a dynamic regulatory framework where rules vary not just by country but by frequently consulates as well.
We are a very large beneficiary of AI revolution. Honestly, um, there are tens and 20 areas, at least in the company, where we use AI very largely. There are different models, our own models we have created internally to support our entire operations. So, AI is definitely sustainable as long as we treat it as a decision support, but and not the decision replacement. Uh, you know, because visa is definitely a very critical part, and we can't just let AI to take each and every decision. Uh, we see AI as a co-pilot, not the final decision maker on any key decisions we will take internally. Uh, if the person is able to do X amount of work before this, because of AI, he is able to do 100x. And that's where AI basically supports. The human loop is still there. It's just that the model has trained and uh, in a such a way that we can increase the efficiency of an individual, and the our winning approach is human in the loop AI. we use AI for the precision, the document extraction, eligibility checks, anomaly detection, but for some major judgments or maybe interpretation, we do take help of human. Uh, it's human led, but AI supports the human. Uh, so I think it's always the combination where 80% will largely driven by AI, and just for critical uh, uh, things where we use the human intelligence. So AI increases speed, and human oversight ensures the trust.
Rahul, we have seen a tremendous rise in global mobility. People today are probably no longer holding back themselves due to the cultural differences. They're not scared to go abroad. Young students, they want to go abroad. They're not scared to go abroad. They're not homesick. They have gone
Hmm.
beyond that. So there has been a rise in global mobility without a doubt, but there also has been this tightening of compliance standards by embassies. So both of them must have put tremendous pressure on you, not just in terms of catering to the huge demand, but also to meeting those compliance expectations and standards. So how can young leaders joining you tackle this?
Honestly, travel looks a very beautiful industry from the outside, and it's a crazily content heavy industry where people day in day out you consume the content. But in visa, and which is a part of a huge travel industry, this is one of the most compliance heavy sectors in travel. So my advice to young leaders is just simple. You need to be obsessed with accuracy, not just the speed. We are mainly, due to rise in social media, and there is a instant gratification which is required. Honestly, this sector is not like a hyper skill sector. One mistake can cost uh, an applicant or his travel, a student, a year of their life. So you need to be obsessed with the accuracy, not the speed. You need to master the rule book, understand each and every SOP or the workflows which of every country offers, adhere to their timeline, adhere to their SOPs. um, uh, Check each and every use cases, edge cases. uh, you need to be obsessed with the data. Uh, what is the rejection pattern, what are the error hotspots, what are the areas where SLA can breach. So it's more about going deeper rather than just being generalist, and checking things from the top and not going deeper is gonna cost a lot. So uh, those who thrive those who thrive here are detail oriented folks, detail oriented operators.
It would also be interesting, to know from you about the kind of jobs which are available in the visa processing companies. So, if you can just let our viewers know that, what are some of the top jobs which are available in this visa processing companies, and also what are the different kind of opportunities that these jobs present. What can somebody who joins the sector today, how, where can he or she see herself or himself, in a later in a few years from now. So what are the different kind of opportunities in this sector?
See, this industry offers exceptional exposures for employees, because it sits at the intersection of operations, product, partnerships, sales, marketing. So the majority of the common roles are the operations and process design, the improving the throughput and the quality. That is very critical. If you are someone you know uh, loves execution, and just loves executing things at scale. So operations and process design is something is tailor made over here. Someone with that obsession can really create an impact over here. uh, Product, building tech for the each and every country, or document on payment application journeys. So that is also one area where someone can really explore. The channel sales and partnerships. Working with the clients, agents, universities, travel companies, finding a very interesting way to you know connect different businesses with our line of business, finding that growth levers. So that is someone who's a business development oriented, or someone who's basically sales oriented, can explore this side of the things. Strategy, corporate development is also one area. Maybe launching a new country or pricing expansion into other geographies. So what they get in return is accelerated ownership. So in our sector, you can lead large scale operations, or launch new categories much earlier than traditional corporate careers.
Let us also talk about the challenges a bit. There are not only opportunities in one specific sector, but there will be challenges in all sectors. So we would like to know from you that what are some of the fiercest challenges probably you can face or you have faced in this sector, and also considering the fact that this is one sector that goes beyond that goes beyond boundaries. You deal with things that is beyond boundaries. So it is very common to be vulnerable to geopolitical tensions. So how do you keep the segment insulated against such shocks? And if I want to ask you if you can also share some of your personal experiences, how have you yourself tackled those sort of situations? How is Stamp My Visa tackling those kind of shocks?
See, the toughest challenge in this sector is the unpredictability. Uh, that is the toughest challenge. Embassies can change rules overnight, and geopolitics can alter volumes instantly. So, like for example, uh, in recent times, India-Canada relationships uh, was hampered due to some geopolitical situations, and there were a lot of second order effects which happened in particularly visa industry. So we insulate ourselves through some of the pillars, like the very first is the diversification. Of course, more destination, more product lines, like insurance, the global mobility product which we are working on, which is eSIM, where anyone can use internet on any corner of globe. Second, you can say the compliance first culture which we have developed. So every process is auditable over here, and every exception is documented. So uh, adhering to the compliance, and being hands-on on each and every update, keeping a razor sharp eye on every change, and flexible operations. That's another third pillar we work on. There are multiple processing hubs. We have three fulfillment centers in India: Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore. We are very soon will be available in Dubai. So the uh, rapid rerouting capability is also something we have worked with. So yeah, you can't control geopolitics, but you can definitely control the resilience.
So Rahul, we have different aspirations and dreams, of when it comes to the professional part of ourselves. So as a B school student, maybe I would, after going out of my classes and stepping into the corporate world, I may want to join the auto sector. I may want to join aviation. May want to join visa processing, fintech, any sector. But when I chase my dream, I mean, it has to be, I have to prepare myself. I have to be ready. I have to equip myself to, for that, to land into my dream job. So my next question would be, there will be a lot of students who would want to join the visa processing sector, who would want to join you, Stamp My Visa. So what piece of advice do you have for those B schoolers who wants to join your sector? And what are the crucial skills they must have to make a successful career in the segment?
There are two major most important skills that matter above all. The very thing is the operational rigor. Knowing how to scale without dropping quality. Um do you have that operational rigor or not? That is the question someone needs to ask to themselves before jumping in over here. When I say operation, is not just putting a man everywhere and solving for that. It's a traditional way of solving operations. Uh, can you see the operations from the product lens? Can you productize the operations? Can you understand the nuances which goes into operations? Can you actually understand the redundancies in the operations? Can you reduce the human efforts? And that leads me to the second most important skill, which is empathy. The customers and applicants are anxious. Your communication shapes their experience. So then add to that, curiosity, comfort with ambiguity, a strong process mindset, and the ability to work cross-functionally with multiple departments like tech, sales, legal. So those who succeed here are people who can, balance heart and precision. So operational rigor and empathy is something are non-negotiable in this sector.
Let us talk about the future a bit. Let us know your outlook about the sector. Uh, I think no discussion today is complete without talking about AI. A lot has been talked about, spoken about AI. It has probably disrupted, a lot of sectors. Very limited sectors would be left who have not seen what AI can do. We have all seen what AI can do and what AI is doing and what AI can probably do. But then, looking beyond AI, if we want to look beyond AI, what can be the other game changers you think that can disrupt the visa processing sector?
I see there are few big disruption are going to happen. So government to business API ecosystem, direct integrations for eligibility, appointments, and status checks. Instead of government just sticking to one single entity may open it, may make their ecosystem public, where which businesses can consume. So that can be one of the creating the API ecosystem is can be a disruption. A digital identity and credential verification. That can be another big disruption where the secure and tamper-proof documents which are there, which are being accepted. E-passport is coming very soon in India. Some of the countries have also started rolling out e-passport, so that can also definitely solve or disrupt some of the things for sure. You know, Another I can think of is cross-border mobility layers, where visas, insurance, and compliance live in a single digital wallet. Which maybe immigration can access and can give you access to their country. So definitely, next wave of disruption won't just reduce paperwork; it will reduce uncertainty. Uh, like currently, in India, everywhere we have a credit score, which basically determines the credit worthiness of an individual. Can there be a travel score where countries can determine whether this person is a travel worthy or not? Attaching an identity and attaching a score to that identity, a rating to that identity, uh, can definitely not just disrupt but simplify the borders and the immigrations. So yeah, this is some of the future I can foresee. But I would also like to add that all these things, to drive all these things, you need a company or a private entity, a for-profit organization who is driving all this innovation. One government innovation, if some government entity creates this innovation, the other government will not accept it because there will always be a bias. So there has to be a neutral organization, like a private organization, uh, who has a right to win to develop all these solutions. That's where companies like us, Stamp My Visa, comes into picture, and are definitely poised to create some of these solutions in future for sure.
Talking about the business of visa processing, what is the current value and what is the current market size of the visa processing business in India, and where are we heading to? What is the point that you are looking to? I mean, what is the current growth and where can the visa processing sector reach in probably the next 5 years or 10 years? How do you look at it?
Instead of telling the market size, I will give you more clarity, which will give you a complete picture that what who will be the consumer or who will be the target audience. Uh, we India is an Asian country. If you just look at the Asia, only 6 countries has a strong passport, which is Singapore, Japan, UAE, Malaysia, South Korea, and Taiwan. These are the only countries which has a strong passport. Rest of the countries have a weaker passport. Uh, this same applies to Africa as well. Combining Asia and Africa, where the 70% of the population lives. Uh, so the weaker the passport, the stringent the visa processing is. So the the kind of impact which we want to create, that is the scale and quantum of that impact is that high, which basically covers the most highly populated continent, which is Asia and Africa. If I just talk about the India, there are 35 million travelers annually, which basically travels outbound. And uh, just if I talk about visa processing, the market size goes beyond around 1.5 billion uh, in INR. So this is the current state. If you add the ancillary or add-ons, this market size goes more beyond that. So yeah, this is the overall quantum of the market.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rahul. Um, I must thank you again for joining us, taking your precious time and time out and sharing your insights. I'm sure this will be a very insightful session, and we would love to be in touch with you, stay in contact, and have you again in one of our future sessions. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Pleasure is completely mine. Thanks a lot.
That's a wrap on this episode of Manager's Mantra. Thank you, Rahul, for sharing your insights on the visa processing segment. BSmart viewers, we hope you found this conversation helpful. Share your thoughts with us at bsmart.edit@bsml.in. Follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram for more such insightful and inspiring content. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing.